So I actually did a video recently, and it talks about a 20-year-old girl that actually had sex with over 100 men, and she just is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, her family doesn't want her because she was actually conceived during a rape, allegedly. I refuse to believe that, because anybody that gets a child that through rape would not want to keep a child. You put them up for adoption or something, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. I actually did a video on that and we talked about it, and one of the comments that one of my subscribers made me want to do this video and expand on this topic much more. And we were actually talking about how difficult of a time a lot of Caribbean and Jamaican mother have with their daughters. They always have strained relationship with their daughters, and their relationship are not that great, especially while growing up and in their teenage, younger 20s years. They normally get to build relationship with their mothers later on in life, like when they're like 20 odd and they actually have a family and have children and all that. They actually build a good relationship and a good dynamic with their moms. But for me personally, most of the Caribbean women that I have encountered, whether Jamaican, Bajan, Trinidadian, whichever island in the Caribbean that I have come across, they have always had strained relationship with their moms, and I don't know what it is, and it's always shocking to me how strained our relationships are. And I feel like it's just like a continuous cycle from slavery days, like, which is very, very hard that stuff like that is still impacting our families even up in 2018. Thank you, Miss Linda Smith. And this lady made a comment, and it says it's not only Caribbean, it's a lot of mothers of color who don't take care of their daughters once they become teenagers. I think a lot of them are I think a lot of them are threatened or jealous of their own daughters, so they push them away. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Maybe that's how it goes. And somebody commented underneath that post and said, yes, this is true, especially if the daughter is good looking and the mother is single. And I wanted to explore this topic more and actually put some theories out there as to why Caribbean or black women in general have such a strained relationship with their daughters. I know from experience a lot of people will say that their moms didn't have a mother in their life, so they don't know how to be a mom to a daughter. But at some point you have to actually take responsibility for your actions if you create a child and learn how to be a mom. So that is no excuse. And at certain times I feel like a lot of these women are not ready to be parents, and somebody actually said that on this video, said that a lot of people are not supposed to have children because they can't be parents, and I agree 100%. And I actually love my channel because I'm pregnant and I'm with child, so I can steer my channel in the direction of what's going on with me and how I'm feeling, and I'm about to have a child, so parenting is on my brain consistently all the time, and that's why I've been coming up with a lot of these topics. But back to the post, a lot of time I feel like they're not ready to be moms, they're not ready to be parents, and they have a child thinking that you can hold one man with it, or having a child think it's going to make them look different in society. And they have a child, and when they have the child, they push this feeling or emotion on the child, like, the child, because I had you, you ruined my life, you ruined my body, you ruined my nice shape, you ruined my sexiness, you make me breast them long, you give me peer stretch marks and all. Like, they push off that negative emotion as far as being a mother and a parent is on their daughters. And I'm not saying all Caribbean parents do this. I'm saying most, and the people that I have come across and from my experience. I know there are some people out there that actually have amazing relationship with their mothers, and they're Caribbean and or Jamaican or of black descent. But from what I've experienced personally and from the people I've encountered, it has not been that great. And if it's great, it's after when they become older. That's when it becomes great. Or they push off this emotion of jealousy. So they're jealous of their daughters because their daughters are now become a teenager, becoming young again, and they are living kind of vicariously through their daughters, and they're seeing all the things that they didn't get to experience while they were that specific age or are a teenager per se. So quite honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't understand it at all. And for me personally, that's one of my biggest, that was one of my biggest fear as far as having a child. And my husband will tell you, before him, I used to say, and like you can ask my granddad about this, I used to say I'm not having children because I was scared of being a mother to a daughter and actually continuing that cycle of negativity, continuing that cycle of hatred, continuing that cycle of dysfunction, of having a dysfunctional relationship with a daughter. I was very scared at one point to actually even have a child, because I know the possibilities of me having a daughter or having a son would be 50-50. And even before I got pregnant, I used to say that if I have a child, I used to say this to my husband, if I have a child, it's going to be a boy. And he will tell you, he will say that I willed my son into my life because I knew I was having a son before I even got pregnant. But I've always wanted a son because of the mere fact that I didn't want to continue that dysfunctional relationship with a daughter. And I know now that all it is effort. You have to take effort and take time to actually internalize and see what you're doing as parents and as future parents, and learn from the mistakes people have done with you or done to you, or you have known of the mistakes that other people have done, and learn from them. Because quite frankly, I'm very, very excited to be a parent. Like, I'm excited to be a mother just because of all the experiences that I have had as far as parenting goes. Like, I grew up with four brother and one sister. So as far as her raising a son is concerned, I know his dad is going to be there and be a great example and a great father. And I'm also going to be there and give him that motherly love and that nurturing and affection that he needs, and he's going to get it from both parents in a household. So that's why I'm kind of excited to be a parent, and especially a parent to a son, because I was always scared of being a parent to a daughter and continuing that negative cycle of always having this bad relationship with daughters. Caribbean moms having this bad, horrible relationship with their daughters. I know in a lot of Caribbean households, Caribbean moms tend to praise their sons, and their sons get away with a lot more than their daughters, because they always say their son can't breed and bring in belly in their house and all these things. And that's just a culture that we grow up in, and just it's ridiculous that they actually say and do stuff like that, and then prefer them son and all that, which is very, very disheartening. And it can go vice versa depending on what type of parents you have and how you grow up in a household. comment in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about this topic. Do you like these topics? You're a woman and your parents and you and your mother has had a great relationship. I would love to hear from you. And also, if you're a Caribbean person, Black American, Black, whatever you are, comment in the comment section and tell me what your relationship is like with your mother. But comment in the comment section and tell me what your experience with your mom has been. I would love to hear the negative. I would love to hear the positives. I would love to hear what your experience has been. Comment why you think also Caribbean or Black women have had such a strained relationship with their daughters, and this has been going on for years and years. Comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl here on YouTube. I'm up out of here, man. Deuces.